Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to another episode of Crystalline. We are back. Today I can record during the day. It's my summer vacation, so I guess I can allow myself to do that. Unless I decide to go somewhere that would be kind of tougher, but it's not happening today, that's for sure. Let's see what the story has to offer for us today. I'm rudely awoken by boisterous yells. As I blink my eyes open, I see the pango planted on Zach's face. What is going on? Zach leaps off the bed, continuing his scolding, and the pango scurries under the pillow. I think you scared him.
Get out of there!
He snatches the pillow to reveal the pango contentedly blobbing over his dischargers. The pango's eyes are slitted shut and he wears a silly grin.
Don't even think about it!
Zach scoops up his dischargers and forcefully gives them a shake. The pango's eyes snap open as he wobbles in the air, dinging for dear life. Zach doesn't... You know what? I feel like the sound for the voices should be still higher. Anyway, Zach doesn't kiss his shaking, and somehow the pango seems to be hanging on. Don't give up, pango! His small body jiggles up and down until he finally bounces to the floor. He glares daggers at Zach, who is too busy inspecting his dischargers to notice. There's a sharp knock on the door. Barely comprehending what's going on, I shove the door and open it to a crack.
I heard yelling. Is everything
She cuts off mid-sentence and her eyes grow wide. I look behind me and Zach dangling his chargers high in the air while the pango leaps up to reach it.
These aren't for you to absorb!
I'll just wait for you guys downstairs.
Yep. Before I can answer, she turns around and walks away. I can't blame her for that. I close the door and start getting dressed. A long while later, I emerge from the room with the pango sitting on my head. Zach has his dischargers back in their holsters and shoulders his pack. We head downstairs and meet Leanna, who is waiting at one of the tables.
Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yeah, as long as that thing doesn't come near my dischargers again.
The pango sticks out his tongue. Leanna speaks before the two of them can start again.
All right, then let's hit the road.
With one final nod, she leads the way out of the inn and back into town. The rest of the journey towards Illumia is peaceful yet uneventful. The pango snoozes on my head for most of the way there. Leanna frequently sneaks a peek at him and smiles to herself. I think she might be into something very weird. Zach keeps to himself and continues to be in the lead for fewest lines spoken. By midday, I can see the stone buildings of Illumia. We make it through the city gates without incident. Unlike the quaint... Holy crap, that's a, kingdom. Unlike the quaint houses of Meadow Hill village, Illumia is built taller and grander. There is more noise as people fill the streets. I kinda liked the other cities, to be honest, more. Be it Meadow Hill, sorry, be it this city we were in just the night before. More to my liking, definitely. There is more noise as people fill the streets. Zach stares down a side street.
This is me.
I crane my neck and peer into an alcove.
It's a shortcut to the inn.
Leanna nods.
Safe travels. Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Good luck at the Mage Academy.
He heads into the alley. Do you think we'll see him again? She shrugs.
Mercenaries have a way of just popping up. Let's keep moving. The Mage Academy is straight ahead, closer to the center of town.
She points to the looming tower with a high steeple. As we get closer, I see that the tower is attached to a castle. Whoa. You studied here?
Yep.
It definitely looks prestigious. She notices my wonder.
What's your academy like?
Liberal Arts College, Party School, Normal University. None of the above. I mean, I would say the one I studied it was kinda fancy too. Like, it has a stupid amount of area covered, to be fair, and so many various buildings. Plus, it was in like 3 locations in general, so that was kinda weird. 4 if we count the physical activities. So PE basically, which we had to attend for 2 or 3 semesters, which is good. I mean, you need some movement too. Let's say normal university, I guess. I shrug. The usual, but a lot of students all studying different majors, but we all required core courses which we have to complete before branching into our majors. Technically you don't need to go into major. I only have a bachelor. Leanna nods. Technically engineer, but you know, it's equal to bachelor. Anyway.
That sounds similar to the Mage Academy. Everyone here must learn magic and casting, but after that, we are able to choose a discipline.
Like becoming a Mage-Knight.
Yeah, that's right.
If only our universities were so interesting. Honestly, for like, I did not study what I really liked. Also, I feel like the only thing I would like to study would be something IT related. But, you know, I suck at programming, so yeah. Wouldn't happen. Other stuff is plain boring. We begin making our way down the grand streets of Illumia. Once we arrive at the academy, Leanna pushes right through the row of iron gates and leads me across the expansive quad. Expansive, sorry. Students pass by in flocks, chatting animatedly. Each of them wears nearly identical long cloaks, differing only in color. Leanna glances excitedly at a girl wearing a white cloak. Do you know her?
No, but we're in the same house.
What does it mean?
You can tell by her cloak. White means she's learning wind magic.
Ah. I would expect that to be green. Okay. I pay more attention to the specific colors. There is white, red, blue, and green. On the other hand, green might be like nature around, right? Dendro. I bet I can guess which color represents what. Wind is white. Leanna nods. Oh. I mean, that was fairly easy to guess now. Red is fire, blue is water, green would be earth. She grins.
You got it.
Wait, I think you missed one color. But okay. We walk past an enclosed field. A young man sporting a green cloak holds a book in one hand and with his other hand aims his manipulator straight ahead of him. His mouth is pressed in concentration and beds of sweat line his forehead. After a few tense minutes, the earth rumbles beneath him and dirt spikes shoot out of the ground. That was awesome!
Come on!
I wanna do that too! Leanna pulls on my arm, reverting my attention back to the task at hand. We enter the east wing of the castle and into an open foyer. There are only a scattering of students wandering these halls, and most are accompanied by an adult wearing long black robes. I mean, they are all adults. It's university. I assume they must be the professors. to be fearful. You know what? No, it's not true. Even if you go to university and there are people who are supposedly adult of age, that doesn't mean they can be considered adults. That's so true. But well, whatever. Leanna scans each professor we pass, as if looking for someone specific. She leads me up a winding staircase, then grins when she spots an older man with graying hair. His robes are pleated with white stripes and he carries a staff in one hand.
Professor Orin.
He turns at the sound of his name and matches Leanna's grin.
Leanna, one of my best and brightest. What a pleasant surprise.
She smiles bashfully at the compliment.
It's great to see you again.
What brings you to the academy?
I do, probably. Anyway.
Actually, I'm here on official business. I'm sure you've heard of the random concentrations of magical energy by now.
He nods.
Well, I found someone who was directly impacted.
She gestures to me. I shift awkwardly as his gaze falls on me. Although he looks intently at me, I can sense his curiosity.
What exactly do you mean by impacted?
I was investigating a report of unusual magic energy in Meadowhill, and it turns out the concentrated energy originated from him.
Professor Oran raises a skeptical eyebrow.
That level of energy would tear a human apart from the inside. Are you sure you weren't mistaken?
My manipulator read the energy level. Maybe we can use the Academy's equipment to scan him again.
Huh.
Yes, let's do that.
I don't like the sound of that. He motions for us to follow him, then turns down the hallway. We arrive in a spacious room. There is a large device on one end of the room which is separated by a wall of glass. The device has two panels on the side which stretch up about 8 feet off the ground. On the other side of the room are a handful of students and professors. They constantly focus their manipulators in what I assume to be magical tests and every so often jot down notes. A couple of pangos openly roam about the room, mostly ignored by the people. If one wanders a little close to a crystal, a student chases it away, otherwise they leave each other be. I thought you said pangos weren't really welcome in society? Leanna looks fondly around the room, a reminiscent smile her face.
They aren't, but mages tend to like them. Pongos absorb residue energy on the mage from casting, which is surprisingly nice. Kind of feels like a gentle massage.
I knew she was into weird stuff. Professor Oran gives her a soft nudge.
Go ahead.
She nods and turns to me.
We're gonna take another scan of you now.
You're talking about that huge thing behind the glass, right?
Yeah, it looks intimidating, but it functions the same way as my manipulator.
Alright. One of the students leads me to the device and has me stand between the two panels. There is a crystal mounted on top of each panel. As he closes the glass door behind him, the quiet mumbling of voices is muted into silence. A beam of soft light emits between the crystal and slowly descends towards my head, passing through my torso and disappearing at my feet. Once the light is gone, the same student lets me back into the room. Professor Oran looks grave, while Leanna's mouth is pressed into a firm frown.
This can't be right. Maybe we should scan him again.
Leanna, the levels that you reported would have killed this young man.
Even so, how is it possible that this scan shows he has 0 magical energy?
Wait, did he take off the pang off his head? She holds out her manipulator, just as when we'd first met. A pale light glows. Unlike our initial meeting, as she holds her manipulator closer to me, the light remains unchanged. Leanna's face falls. And not to mention, we were walking with that pango all this time, right? On the head. Wouldn't that thing basically take all the magic out of us? If we had the magic, yeah. Leanna's face falls. Professor Oran puts a comforting hand on her shoulder.
Had he just cast it? Perhaps it was magical residue which you had read. As you know, that tends to slowly leave the body after each magic use.
She shakes her head.
It was too high a reading to just be residue.
Defiant. 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 Defiant or not defiant? That's not what I meant to say, but defend or don't get involved. I probably shouldn't get involved, but I am me, so I will. We can tell him the story, right? Like, he doesn't know the whole story. The last time Leanna used her scanner thing on me, that little glowy light was pulsing like crazy. Like, it was almost flatlined, it was beeping so much. Professor Oran seems intrigued.
Then perhaps it was a faulty reading from your manipulator.
Dude, you're a professor. You're supposed to try to find why it was like that, not...
Perhaps.
I can hear the skepticism in her voice. It seemed to be working fine before... Leanna shakes her head as if asking me not to continue.
I should get back to my students, but I hope I get to see you again.
Professor Oran gives Leanna's shoulder one last comforting squeeze before leaving. While our discussion had been taking place, I noticed the pangos would watch me with interest. Uh-oh. A green one starts to gravitate towards us. Maybe it's interested in Leanna's magic? But then why does it look like it's heading towards me?
Poi?
I look down and see my wobbly blue friend at my feet. Hey! You're back! He bounces on the ground and fixes me with his wide smile. Suddenly he stops and stares at a green pango, who blinks back at him. He hops towards it and grins.
Poi. Poi. Poi.
My pango's eyes widen.
Poi. Poi.
The green pango grins and hops away, and my pango follows it. I have no idea what just happened, but why do I feel all warm and fuzzy inside? As the pangos run off, a professor in a wheelchair rolls towards us. Although he'd lost all his hair, he doesn't seem as old as some of the others.
Leanna.
Professor Xavier, I've heard of you. She doesn't bother containing her surprise.
Professor Xavier.
The Professor Xavier? What am I thinking? Pleased to meet you. I mean, you are thinking what I was thinking, let's face it. Let's say... You know what, first one. Why not? He smiles at Leanna.
It's always nice to see a familiar face.
Then he turns his attention to me. Nice to meet you, sir.
You as well.
Huh.
Professor, is there something I can help you with?
He knows.
Leanna, how high was your original energy reading?
Hell yeah, at least this guy is like a professor, not...
In the thousands.
He creases his brow and ponders quietly.
Tell me, are you familiar with the theory of temporal rifts?
He knows. Leanna and I both shake our heads.
In the most basic sense, a temporal rift occurs when the fabric of the universe is torn. In the midst of this tear, there is a moment where the parallel worlds overlap.
It's funny that you are the one to realize that I might not be from this world, while the other one... well... probably wasn't even interested. Leanna and I glance sharply at each other. Would it be possible to cross between these worlds?
It may be in theory, but it'd be very difficult. After all, that type of travel between worlds would require an immense amount of energy. An amount that no human would be able to manipulate and survive.
What about that?
That's why most elders have dismissed this as nonsense. But listening to all that's been said today, it coincides quite closely with this theory.
For the first time since we arrived at this school, I begin to feel a glimmer of hope. What more can you share about this theory?
Well, not much, I'm afraid. As I said, most consider it to be either nonsense or too inconsequential to waste their time on. Although there is one man who spent his life developing and researching this theory. He used to be an instructor of this academy.
You've got my attention.
Is he still in Illumia?
Unfortunately, he left many years ago in search of Ember Mist.
Leanna purses her lips.
The hidden city.
Let's go! He nods. If it's hidden, I'm guessing it will be hard to find. Before he can respond, a student with 2 long pigtails strides over.
Please allow me to accompany you on your quest.
What quest? What? Professor Xavier replies sternly.
Absolutely not.
Could you elaborate on your disapproval? This is an excellent opportunity to further my research and education.
This is not a Mage Academy-sponsored expedition, so there won't be mages around to protect you. It's a dangerous journey, especially given the fact that no one knows the location of Ember Mist.
The girl stays silent, and I can practically see the cogs in her head spinning as she contemplates his words. Finally, she nods.
Understood.
I've heard your voice before, by the way. I think she might have been in Just the Desert? Anyway, as soon as she finishes speaking, she turns on her heel and walks away. What just happened?
Pay her no mind. That's just how she is.
Fire at revealed, by the way. Who is she?
That's Amelia Estelle, the university's prodigy. She's only a teenager, but already a mage caster. Which means she can manipulate 2 different elements at the same time.
Oh, so it's not just fire. I wonder what else. I flash her a great smile for automatically explaining what a magecaster is. I'm guessing magecasters are usually a little older than a teen? Leanna grins.
Just a little. Most mage casters are in their 40s.
My eye widen. She must be something special then.
Anyway, thank you for all of your help, Professor.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to be more helpful, but I wish you the best of luck on your journey.
After saying goodbye, his wheelchair moves on its own and pushes him out of the room. Whoa. Wait, did this wheelchair just move by itself?
Not quite. He's using wind magic to push it along.
The more I see magic in use, the more I wish I could use it.
What did you think of everything the professor said?
I mean, it sounds exactly like what happened to me. We should find this Ember Mist city or whatever and talk to the professor there. She nods.
Unfortunately, no one knows how to get there. Let's stop by the inn. Since it's a hub for travelers from all over, there's bound to be someone who knows something.
That sounds like our best course of action. Once agreed, Leanna leads the way out of the academy. I won't be surprised if the fire girl actually follows us or something like that. I follow her through the twisting roads of Illumia. When asked why we were taking so many turns, she said she wanted to avoid the marketplace, which would be so crowded with people we wouldn't be able to walk through. That's a good choice. Soon we reach the inn. The place is a lot larger than any other inns we've stayed at so far. Along with the smoothly crafted dining tables, there's a fireplace along the far wall with labeled jars on the mantle. The place is fairly busy for this time of day and only a couple of tables are open. Per usual, Leanna speaks with the innkeeper. I see him point towards a couple by the fireplace. When she returns, she drops a key in my hand.
Here's the key to your room. I figured we're going to be spending the night here.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a room in the academy dormitory or whatever. I nod as I pocket my key.
The innkeeper doesn't know how to get to Ember Mist, but he says that couple comes from the far desert. They might know.
Maybe we should split up, we can go around that way.
Good idea. I'll go talk to that couple first.
Okay. As Leanna walks off, I survey the room. Ask the group of adventurers. Ask the cute girl. Ask the loner in the corner. Next page, please. That might be a bad idea. That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea too. You know what? Let's go with the loner. Let's find out. The loner types usually travel the world, don't they? I approach the man sitting alone in the far corner of the inn. His head is down as he nurses a tankard. Once I get close, I recognize him. Zach! His head shoots up, and he stares at me with those familiar stoic eyes.
Oh, it's you.
You, finish whatever it is you came here to do.
Yep.
Cool. He's still just as talkative as ever.
You finish up at the academy?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Mages usually are.
One of them told me about the city of Ember Mist. Zack snorts.
Sending you on a wild goose chase, huh?
I guess that means you don't know where it is either.
Nope.
Well, it was worth a shot. Alright, well, it was good seeing you. He nods. Well, I guess we are going to the cute girl then. I don't need to save, but whatever. I approach the pretty redhead by the bar. Hey there! She smiles.
Hi.
Oh boy, what have I gotten myself into? Are you looking to join a party?
I can be.
I sit down beside her. Have you been here long? She gives me a curious look.
Long enough to know that I haven't seen you before.
I'm just passing through, yeah.
Oh, where are you headed?
To Ember Mist. Suddenly her smile drops. That's not the reaction I was expecting.
Ember Mist doesn't exist.
I frown. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Alright, never mind then. Her smile drops again and she grabs her drink. She sways her hips as she walks and approaches a man who's drinking alone. Her alluring smile turns as she sits down beside him and touches his hand, and we do know what kind of work she's into. Wait a minute. Is she a consort? Let's pretend that didn't just happen. Looks like I'm not having much luck. I wonder how Leanna is doing. We still have the adventurers. Judging from her pouch, she had about as much success as I did. We make our way back to the bar.
Greetings.
Amelia waits for us by the bar, and I'm startled to see her presence. Leanna looks just as shocked.
What are you doing here?
I've come to accompany you on your journey.
Is she fire and snow? I would say, or maybe ice. Fire and ice. I feel like this is the most common combo in anime and so on. If fire, then if someone casts 2, then it would be ice. I've never seen, for example, I think I've never seen, or maybe I just don't remember, a character having fire and, let's say, water. Why is that not a thing? Whatever. What?
Professor Xavier made it very clear that you were to stay at the academy.
His logic is rational, but my presence and assistance is far more beneficial for you than it is for me to remain at the academy.
What assistance?
I am aware of the location of Ember Mist.
Say what?
How is that possible?
How I know is irrelevant.
Alright, if you know, then tell us what it is.
I will gladly impart this knowledge into you should you accept me as a travel companion.
What a sneaky devil.
But the academy won't let you go.
The academy doesn't need to know. She shrugs.
If I cannot go, then I suppose neither can you.
Oh, that's just... Leanna bites her lip. I can tell she's torn. I mean, we don't really have a choice. We should let her join, I guess.
We shouldn't go against a direct order from the Mage Academy.
What other choice do we have? She frowns. Nobody at the inn knows the location. I doubt we'll find anyone else who can tell us how to get there. Are you really willing to give up this lead? Leanna runs her hand through her hair as she thinks. She steals glances at Amelia, who watches us with hawk eyes. Finally, Leanna's expression softens and she nods.
Fine. You can come with us, but only on the condition that you let us bring extra protection.
Zach!
That is a logical conclusion. I am not opposed to it.
All right. I'll see if I can find some mages last minute.
No!
Both Leanna and I stare at Amelia.
Mages will alert the Academy of our proposal.
She's right. It's mercenaries. Zach! And then they wouldn't let us go.
Correct.
I suppose that makes sense.
She taps a finger to her chin.
I guess the only other option is to hire a mercenary.
Zach! I grin.
I have just a person in mind.
I lead the two of them to where Zach is sitting.
Hey, Zach.
He looks up from his tankard. If he's surprised, he doesn't show it.
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
I mean, you've seen me just a second ago. We were feeling a little bit of separation anxiety. To my surprise, Zach cracks a smile.
I'm actually here to do business.
Zach cocks his head slightly.
You have my attention.
We need protection for our newest companion.
She nods towards Amelia, who merely stares at Zach. He gives her a once-over.
Isn't she a mage?
Yes, but a student.
That is not an accurate description. I am...
You know what I noticed? Like, the music has a little bit of spikes and drops from time to time. But it's not an accurate description, is what she said. Okay. Leanna glares at her.
A student.
While not untrue, I have fulfilled the necessary curriculum to be considered.
Amelia!
Leanna is clearly exacerbated. Amelia cocks her head to the side and studies Leanna curiously. Anyway, what we're trying to ask is, are you for hire and will you accept this job? Zach pauses and takes a long swig from his drink. He looks from me to Leanna to Amelia, and then pauses again. Finally, he nods.
All right.
Really? That's great.
You won't even ask how much we'll pay you? What?
We're headed to Ember Mist.
And then he's like, I'm out. Zach raises an eyebrow at me.
You found someone who knows the way.
Yep. I point to Amelia.
Interesting.
Okay, now that we have our team, what do we do now?
There's no point in beginning our journey when the sun is almost gone.
That's true.
I should return to the Academy before my disappearance is observed.
I mean, they will notice eventually anyway, right?
Good idea. We can reconvene here tomorrow morning.
The three of us leave Zach alone, and Amelia heads out of the inn. Just as she leaves, a group of young adults burst in. They laugh loudly and their cheeks are flushed as if from dancing or running. A secret of flowers is on each of their heads. Leanna gasps.
Oh, the festival!
Festival?
Yeah, it's a celebration of the spring equinox. Do you want to go check it out?
Let me be sure. Sure! That sounds fun. Leanna grins.
It is. It's one of my favorite festivals.
Wait, you have more? What? I want festivals too. We exit the inn, although the moon has traded place in the sky with the sun, the streets are still bustling with people. Leanna and I follow the crowd until we reach town square. Colored strings of crystal lights hang from the large cherry trees lining the perimeter of the square. Their lights spill soft rainbows on the smiling faces of the townsfolk. The heavenly aroma of spices and grilled meat entices me towards the festivities. A cymbal stand is set up on the one side of the square where musicians play a jaunty tune. They tap their feet in time to the beat as dancers whirl around the center of the square. As we pass through the square, giggling girls offer circlets of flowers. Leanna happily accepts hers and lets the girl place it on her head.
It's so beautiful. Everything looks so different.
Her eyes sparkle and she taps her feet to the rhythm of the music as she watches the pairs of dancers jumping and twirling. For the first time since we've met, Leanna's face holds no trace of caution. My eyes are drawn to her as her smile lights up her entire face. She turns towards me and I quickly look away. I hope she didn't catch me staring.
Would you like to dance?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, about that, I can't dance. No, I'm kidding. Alright, option 2 and 3, let's not even comment about that. Sure, I'm up for it, yeah. Sure, but I've never danced like that before.
Oh? How do you normally dance?
Her eyes glitter as she waits expectantly. One step at a time, suave and elegant. This is awkward. Why am I saving at each time? Whatever. Let's go with that. Elegant. Yeah. Well, I need a partner, first of all.
Okay.
Huh. Leanna holds out her hands. In one swift motion, I grab her hand and spin her into me.
Oh.
I flash her a winning smile as I gently dip her. Her cheeks flush as I bring her back up.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah?
Let me show you how we do it here.
She takes my hands in hers and pulls me to a more secluded area on the dance floor.
For this song, we're gonna raise our right hands up like this so they touch.
She bends her elbow and holds up her arm to eye level. When she moves my arm so it matches hers, I can feel the warmth of her fingers as they brush my own.
Our hands will stay here, and then we use our right foot to step to the right, then left foot back. Then we'll shift our weight front and back in a ball change.
Wait. Right, left. I feel like I know what this is. As she speaks, she demonstrates the steps.
Then we do the same thing on the left. Left foot left, right foot back, and ball change. Then we step to the right and spin from behind.
Okay.
Come on, try it with me.
Alright. We get into position and Leanna counts off.
5, 6, 7, 8.
First I step. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go dancing. What am I supposed to do? This one? This one? Win! Matching Leanna, I step with my right foot.
That's it.
Then I step with my left foot to back and do a ball change. Next we do the same thing on the left side. Then we step with our right foot and spin and... We are not done! Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Win! I step to the right and spin from behind. Leanna and I are step apart. Did we do this right? Are we supposed to be this far apart?
Yeah. Normally we'd be facing our new partners.
Say
and
what?
Do the whole thing over again, starting with our left foot.
I don't agree to that.
And once that's done, we'll be facing each other again.
Oh. We go through the steps in time, and I managed to dance it perfectly.
Wow, you're a natural.
Hell yeah, I am.
I'm sure you've never done this before.
I mean, I'm good with classical dances. Her warm grin is infectious. I find myself grinning just as broadly. Ah, it's because I had such a great teacher. Her cheeks flush, finally! And as she's about to reply, our gazes meet. Leanna's breath catches in her throat and she seems to forget what she's about to say. For a second I forget about the crowds of people around us, all I can see is her. Then someone jostles us and we quickly look away. What just happened here? I catch her glancing at me and she smiles shyly.
So, do you think you're ready to join the rest of the dancers?
I'm game if you are... I hold out my hand and she accepts it with that same coy smile. Then I lead her out to the dance floor. We dance late in the night until our feet ache and our throats grow hoarse from laughing. The party is still going strong as Leanna and I return to the inn and head into our separate rooms. I haven't had that much fun in ages. As I fall into my bed, I enter Dreamland with an immense smile on my face. And that's how this episode ends. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking, commenting. Can you dance? You can tell me. Can you actually dance? I mean, actually dance, not do the crappy nightclub or whatever that is. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are on a journey to 2K and it's going very slowly, so any subscription is much appreciated. There's also Twitch, Instagram, Twitter you can go to if you want, and that's about it. Have a wonderful day. We'll continue tomorrow. Bye bye.